Hello to all of you. I am bummed that I'm not able to be there with you tonight for this celebration of all of you wonderful volunteers that make CLF what it is. Please accept our heartiest thank you for your great work. I thank you for your prayers. I'm doing well. I'm on the road to recovery, and I look forward to when we'll be back in church with you. I was going to come tonight, but Dr. Lita said no, and I've learned to listen to her. It's my privilege in this video to announce the winners of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, and it is a great honor to announce that the winners of this award are a great couple that have not only been a great part of this church family, but have been great friends to Lita and me as well. It's my privilege to announce Dave and Ruth Freeberg as the winners of this year's award. As I was thinking about Dave and Ruth, there was one thing that kind of stuck out in my mind. I thought of the fact that both of them are craftsmen with their hands, but in different ways. I think of the many times over the years that Ruth has picked up a pen and has written a handwritten note of encouragement and support, not only to Lita and me, but I know to many of you as well. That same hand has written hundreds and hundreds of Bible studies and life group lessons where she and Dave have had the opportunity to impact scores and scores and scores of lives. And for that, we're very grateful. And I think of Dave. Dave uses his hands in a different way. He uses his hands to create beauty. And he has done that all over our church grounds and in the building itself. I was just kind of thinking through my head all the different things that Dave's had a part of. I thought of all the berms out in front by the road and the sign and all of the shrubbery that's always nicely trimmed, and all around the building, and the meticulous brickwork along our sidewalks. All of those things are Dave's handiwork. He created with his hands. His latest project was down in Promised Land, and if you haven't been down there to see it, you need to stop tonight and take a look at what he did in helping to create beauty in that area. Dave has served on our elder board for many, many years. He has been a wonderful help to me. He has been always been supportive. He has chosen his words carefully. He's not a man of a lot of words, but he would think through his words carefully, and all of us always valued what he said. Dave has been able to serve with his son Doug on the elder board, which doesn't always happen, but I think it speaks of the character of this family. The home of Dave and Ruth Freeberg has always been a haven of hospitality. They have probably had more people in their home than anyone else that I know over the years, and have had delighted in opening their home to people. And probably one of the most telling things about this couple is the fact that they are part of the 5th generation of Freebergs that now attend CLF. And that speaks well of their commitment not only to Christ, but their commitment to the church and the church family, which they have always done. And so Dave and Ruth, we say thanks to you. God bless you. We love you. We appreciate you so very much.
Two areas of Ruth's life that always have been a personal challenge to me to pattern my life after. The first one was prayer. And growing up in our church in Rapids, there was a lady who was just had a reputation of being a real prayer warrior. And I remember after she passed away hearing Ruth say that her prayers would really be missed. And I think Ruth took that on herself as a personal challenge to fill that gap. And I think still to this day, Ruth keeps a notebook of prayer requests and answers to prayer, and she's the person that you know that if you ask her to pray about something, she's going to do it. And the second area that Ruth has really influenced my life is the area of small group Bible study. And I remember in the early 70s, Ruth and her sister Dorothy and another friend decided to start some small groups for women of the community. This was something completely new in the area, and Ruth's group is still continuing today. Some of those ladies from the original group still meet with her every week. I think it would be impossible to count all the number of lives that have been impacted by the studies that Ruth has done, and my life was certainly one of those.
You know, as I began to think of Dave's life and how it impacted our family, I began to write down words or characteristics of who he was. And the list was long, and I was looking for an acronym in there somewhere, but I don't think there's any words that could do that, so I picked out three. The acronym I came up with was HUG, and the H stands for humility. If there was ever a person I've met in my life that characterized that, it would be Dave Freeberg. The U stands for unselfishness. Dave and Ruth were always unselfish in everything they did, with their time, with their talents and their treasure. They always saw that their treasure was a blessing from God and that they were blessed to be a blessing. The G, I think, captures it all and really pictures Dave in my mind, and that's gentleness. Dave brings a gentleness to the table wherever he goes, and in that gentleness, it's not weakness, it's spirit-controlled strength, I think. And so those three things, I think, capture the ministry of both Dave and Ruth and how they've served so faithfully. And so I would like to just, for all of us, give them a big hug for this evening.
Well, we I believe we had a really stable family growing up. They taught us integrity. They taught us character. We like to have fun. Laughter is always a part of our family. Growing up, we were involved in all the church activities. I can remember as a little young child, my mom was, involved in Sunday school and VBS and all that, and we were always in the church. I remember when I was a child that I would go up to speak with them in the morning, and I would see them on their chairs, and they would be either reading their Bible or praying, and I felt very privileged to be able to see that they were doing that, and that really felt blessed, because I know a lot of families don't have that. And they tell us that they're praying for us, and anytime we're going through something, they ask us questions, and then so they know how to pray. And we all are very much appreciative to have parents like that. Something that I do now, I pray for my family and my children and my grandchildren daily, and as a great legacy to pass down to down through the generations, to pass that baton.